Welcome everyone to the Standing Committee on House Services. Today we will be considering changes to membership on standing committees and rule changes. I am the chair of this committee, and today we have the following members present: Honorable Laurie Carr, Honorable Jeremy Harrison, Mr. Matt Love, Ms. Vicky Mowat, Mr. Greg Ottenbreit, and Ms. Nicole Saar, and also in attendance is Ms. Colleen Young. What did I say? Oh, Alana Ross is also in attendance. I have received a letter from Deputy Chair Ms. Mowat resigning her position of Deputy Chair. She will continue with the committee, but not in that role. I wish to thank Ms. Mowat for her service to this committee. Our first item of business will be election of a Deputy Chair. I just want to remind members of the process. I will first ask for nominations. Once there are no further nominations, I will then ask a member to move a motion to have a committee member preside as Deputy Chair. I will now call on for nominations for the position of Deputy Chair. I recognize Ms. Mowat.
I would nominate Nicole Saar.
The member has nominated Ms. Nicole Saar to the position of Deputy Chair. Are there any further nominations? Seeing none, I would now invite one of the members to move that motion. It's been moved. Yeah. Ms. Mowat.
I move that Nicole Saar be elected to preside as Deputy Chair of the Standing Committee on House Services.
Ms. Mowat moved that Nicole Saar be elected as to preside as Deputy Chair of the Standing Committee on House Services. Are the members ready for the question? All in favor of the motion? Agreed. Any opposed? I declare the motion carried. Yeah. You have another any more motions?
I move that the name of Nicole Saar be substituted for the name of Jennifer Bowes on the Standing Committee on Privileges. So do this one?
Well, yeah, let's do this one first.
Okay.
We'll get back to that one.
I move that a steering committee be appointed to establish an agenda and priority of business for subsequent meetings, that the membership be comprised of Mr. Speaker, Honorable Jeremy Harrison, and Ms. Nicole Saar, and further that the steering committee shall meet from time to time as directed by the committee or at the call of the chair, that the presence of a majority of the members in the steering committee is necessary to constitute a meeting, and that substitutions from the membership of the Standing Committee on House Services be permitted on the steering committee.
We're done. We're here, right? Members take it as read. All in favor of is the members ready for the question? All in favor of the motion? Any opposed? I declare motion carried. Ms. Mowat.
I move that a subcommittee of the Standing Committee on House Services consisting of the Speaker, Honorable Jeremy Harrison, and Ms. Nicole Saar be appointed to study and make recommendations on revisions to the rules and procedures of the Legislative Assembly of Saskatchewan.
Take it as read.
As read, yes, sir.
Are the members ready for the question? All in favor? Any opposed? Carried. We will now consider changes to the membership on standing committees pursuant to Rule 139(4)A. I recognize Ms. Mowat.
I move that the name of Nicole Saar be substituted for the name of Jennifer Bowes on the Standing Committee on Privileges.
Member has moved that the name of Nicole Saar be substituted for the name of Jennifer Bowes on the Standing Committee on Privileges. Are the members ready for the question? All in favor of the motion? Any opposed? I declare the motion carried. I recognize Mr. Matt Love.
I move that the name of Nicole Saar be substituted for the name of Vicky Mowat on the Standing Committee on Private Bills.
Member moved that the name of Nicole Sarr be substituted for the name of Vicky Mort on the Standing Committee on Private Bills. Are the members ready for the question? All in favor of the motion? Any opposed? I declare motion carried. One more. Recognize Ms. Sarr.
Thank you. I move that the name of Erica Ritchie be substituted for the name of Betty Nippy Albright on the Standing Committee on Intergovernmental Affairs and Justice.
You should go get that. Yeah. Members move that the name of Erica Ritchie be substituted for the name of Betty Nippy Albright on the Standing Committee on Intergovernmental Affairs and Justice. Are the members ready for the question? All in favor of the motion? Any opposed? I declare the motion carried. Now move on. Ms. Sarr.
Thank you. I move that the name of Jennifer Bowes be substituted for the name of Alina Young on the Standing Committee on the Economy.
The member has moved that the name of Jennifer Bowles be substituted for the name of Elena Young on the Standing Committee on the Economy. Are the members ready for the question? All in favor of the motion? Any opposed? I declare the motion carried. I recognize Ms. Sarr.
Thank you. I move that the name of Nathaniel Teed be substituted for the name of Erica Ritchie on the Standing Committee on Crown and Central Agencies.
The member has moved that the name of Nathaniel Teed be substituted for the name of Erica Ritchie on the Standing Committee on Crown and Central Agencies. Are the members ready for the question? All in favor of the motion? Any opposed? I declare the motion carried. We will now consider changes to the rules and procedures of the Legislative Assembly of Saskatchewan. Rule 160 will need to be modified to comply with the changes in security in the building. I would ask the member to move a motion in regards to these changes. I recognize the Government House Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would move that Rule 160 of the Rules and Procedures of the Legislative Assembly of Saskatchewan be amended by omitting Rules 160 sub 4, sub 5, and sub 6, and inserting the following. 160 sub 4. Under the direction of the Speaker, the Sergeant-at-Arms shall preserve order and provide security in the legislative precinct. 160 sub 5. In case the Sergeant-at-Arms is absent, the duties shall be performed by any member of the Legislative Protective Service. 160 sub 6. The Sergeant-at-Arms is responsible for the Legislative Protective Service.
Will the members take it as read? Are the members ready for the question? Yes, Ms. Sarr.
Thank you. Just a few remarks before we go to the vote on this motion. Mr. Speaker, we spoke at length on our position on the changes around Bill 70, and this change would be a fallout of the passage of that piece of legislation. Mr. Speaker, I won't go into our opposition to those changes, and in particular the unilateral nature of the changes that were made, which goes against the precedent of how typically business is done with respect to security in this building at length, because we did have that discussion at length during Bill 70. I just want to put on the record that we opposed the changes that were proposed in Bill 70, and as a result, we also do not support the changes to this rule.
Are the members ready for the question? All in favor of the motion? Please raise your hand. I see 1, 2, 3, 4 in favor. Opposed? I see 3 opposed. I declare the motion carried. Two, I guess, 2 voters, yes.
So it is carried? The motion is carried.
I move on. Before you, it's a draft of the committee's 9th report. I would ask that a member to move the following motion, that the 9th report of the Standing Committee on House Services be adopted and presented to the Assembly. I recognize the Government House Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would move that the 9th report of the Standing Committee on House Services be adopted and presented to the Assembly.
Members ready for the motion reads that the 9th report of the Standing Committee on House Services be adopted and presented to the Assembly. Are the members ready for the question? All in favor? Opposed? I declare the motion carried. I ask the member to move adjournment. Ms. Saar, the Standing Committee on House Services is adjourned to the call of the chair. Thank you.
All right. Good morning and welcome to the Standing Committee on the Economy. I am Colleen Young, Chair of the Standing Committee on the Economy, and with us today here is members Ryan Domitar, Ken Francis, Alana Ross, Doug Steele, and substituting for Jennifer Bowes is Nicole Sauer. Welcome, everyone. Committee members, earlier today, the committee membership was changed. Jennifer Bowes has replaced Alina Young on the committee. Therefore, the business before the committee is the election of a deputy chair. Pursuant to Rule 123, Sub 2, the deputy chair must be an opposition member unless specified in the rules. Given that Jennifer Bowes is the only member of the opposition on the committee, I will ask a member to move that Jennifer Bowes be elected to preside as deputy chair of the Standing Committee on the Economy. I recognize Ms. Sauer.
Thank you. I move that Jennifer Bowes be elected to preside as Deputy Chair of the Standing Committee on the Economy.
Ms. Sauer has so moved that Jennifer Bowes be elected to preside as Deputy Chair of the Standing Committee on the Economy. Is that agreed? Agreed. Carried. That concludes our business for today, and I would ask a member to move a motion of adjournment. Mr. Francis so moved. All agreed? Carried. This committee stands adjourned to the call of the chair. Thank you.
Good morning, committee members. I'd like to welcome everybody here. This morning we have with us Mr. Gary Grewell, Mr. Travis Kiesig, Lisa Lambert. We have Mr. Greg Ottenbright and Mr. Terry Jensen sitting in for Tim McLeod. And Ms. Sauer, sorry. Today we're going to be doing the election of a deputy chair. Committee members, earlier today, the committee membership was changed. Erica Ritchie has replaced Betty Nippy-Albright on the committee. Therefore, the business before the committee is the election of a deputy chair. Pursuant to Rule 123.2, the deputy chair must be an opposition member unless specified in the rules. Given that Erica Ritchie is the only member of the opposition on the committee, I'll ask a member to move that Erica Ritchie be elected to preside as Deputy Chair of the Standing Committee on Intergovernmental Affairs and Justice. Ms. Ritchie has moved. Is that agreed? Ms. Sauer, sorry. Sorry. That's okay. Ms. Sauer.
Chair, I move that Erica Ritchie be elected to preside as Deputy Chair of the Standing Committee on Intergovernmental Affairs and Justice.
Okay. Now again, I'm sorry about jumping into you. I did your work for you. Ms. Sauer has moved that Erica Ritchie be elected to preside as Deputy Chair on the Standing Committee on Intergovernmental Affairs and Justice. Is that agreed? Agreed. I would ask a member now to move that the committee do now adjourn. Mr. Grewal has moved. Is that agreed? Agreed. This committee stands adjourned to the call of the chair.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, or good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Crown and Central Agencies meeting. I'm Fred Bradshaw as the chair. From the government side, we have Greg Ottenbright chitting in for Stephen Bonk. We have Ken Shettle-Dayoff. We have Terry Jensen chitting in for Mark Doherty. And we have Greg Lawrence. For the opposition, we have Ms. Sauer chitting in for Mr. Teed. I'd like to table the following documents. CCA 19-29, Minister of Finance, responses to questions raised at the April 26, 2022 meeting. CCA 20-29, Crown Investments Corporation of Saskatchewan, Report of Public Losses, April 1st, 2022 to June 30th, 2022. CCA 21-29, Crown Investments Corporation of Saskatchewan, Report of Public Losses, July 1st, 2022 to September 30th, 2022. CCA 22-29, Crown Investments Corporation of Saskatchewan, CIC and Crown subsidiaries, 2021 to 2022 pay disclosure report. I'd like to advise the committee that pursuant to Rule 145-1, the following documents were committed to the committee. Saskatchewan Government Insurance Superannuation Plan 2021 Annual Report, Saskatchewan Water Corporation 2021 to 2022 Annual Report, Saskatchewan Gaming Corporation 2021 to 22 Annual Report. SJC Holdings Incorporated financial statements for the year ended March 31st, 2022. Saskatchewan Auto Fund 2021 2022 Annual Report, SGI Canada 2021 to 2022 Annual Report, SGI Canada Insurance Services Limited 2021 Annual Report, Coachman Insurance Company 2021 Annual Report, Sask Energy 2021 to 22 Annual Report, Sask Energy 2021 to 22 Sask Energy Incorporated and subsidiaries financial statement, Saskatchewan Power Corporation 2021 to 2022 Annual Report, Power Corporation Superannuation Plan 2021 Annual Report, North Point Energy Solutions Incorporated 2021 to 2022 financial statements, SaskTel 2021 to 22 Annual Report, Saskatchewan Telecommunications financial statements for year ended March 31st, 2022, Saskatchewan Telecommunications International Incorporated financial statements for year ended March 31st, 2022. Direct West Corporation financial statements for the year ended March 31st, 2022. SecureTech Monitoring Solutions Incorporated financial statements for year ended March 31st, 2022. Saskatchewan Telecommunications Pension Plan Annual Report for the year ended March 31st, 2022. Capital Pension Plan 2021 to 22 Annual Report, Crown Investments Corporation of Saskatchewan 2021 to 22 Annual Report, Crown Investments Corporation of Saskatchewan CIC Asset Management Inc. financial statements for the year ended March 31st, 2022. I would also like to advise the committee that pursuant to Rule 145-3, Chapters 16, 17, 24, and 25 of the Provincial Auditor of Saskatchewan's 2022 report, Volume 1, were committed to the committee. Committee members, earlier today, the committee membership was changed. Nathaniel Tweed has replaced Erica Ritchie on the committee. Therefore, the business before the committee is the election of a deputy chair. Pursuant to Rule 123-2, the deputy chair must be an opposition member, unless specified in the rules. Given that Nathaniel Tweed is the only member of the opposition on the committee, I would ask a member to move that Nathaniel Tweed be elected to preside as deputy chair of the Standing Committee on Crown and Central Agencies. Ms. Sauer has moved. Is that agreed? Agreed. Carried.
Sign.
I've now asked a member to move that this committee do now adjourn. It has been moved by Greg Lawrence that this committee do now adjourn. Is that agreed? Carried. This committee stands adjourned to the call of the chair. Head up.